All right, baby, let's get into it. I am so excited about tonight's recruiting live show. If you are with us on YouTube, obviously, you know what time it is. This is Coach Wood, excited to come to you guys with some information because a lot is going on. A lot is going on in the college football industry, especially pertaining to recruiting. And then we've got Instagram right here. I see the Aiden. What's going on? I see the great Harold Pearson. This is Coach Wood. You guys are rocking with Before You Go Pro. We're talking some college football recruiting tonight. So if you need to learn about college football recruiting, if you're trying to execute and get a scholarship or a preferred walk-on opportunity, you guys are in the place to be. Now, I've got YouTube behind you. So if you see me looking behind you, I'm talking to YouTube. If you guys are watching this live or recorded and you want to see the slide that I'm showing YouTube, then go to the link in our bio, you guys, and you guys can see what is on YouTube. But I've got people already with me. Let me see who's in the comment section of YouTube. I've got the great Rachel Hornberger. What's going on? She is the mom of a young cub. She's a mama bear of a young cub that will rip your quarterback's head off if you're not careful. This is coming out of Nevada, the mom of the great Bubba. We love you guys. Thank you for joining us. And then there's a teammate, the great David Walker, offensive tackle, maybe a guard at the next level, but 6'4", 270 pounds, you guys, can pull around the edge. Great prospect. If there's any college coaches watching this on YouTube, any college coaches watching this on Instagram, David Walker, Lowry High School, Nevada, Bubba, Chris Hornberger, Lowry High School, Nevada, running back Jesse Geronimo. You guys check out all of those people. The great coach Eric Foss is with us. He says, be sure to like and subscribe. This is a team member of Before You Go Pro. This is somebody that has the knowledge that you guys need to get to. So follow his instructions right there. What's going on Instagram? Hopefully you guys are all well. And then, of course, I've got the great Skip Winter, as always, coming from the East Coast. He says, listen to Coach, things can turn for you quick, and some things have turned around for his son. Great Bucknell offer today. So we're pumped up, you guys. And then, of course, we got the great Chris McFoley, quarterback, checking in out of Florida, gunslinger. What's going on, Chris, man? Thank you for joining us. So I'm excited, you guys. If you can't tell, I didn't drink a Red Bull. I don't have, I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm just pumped up. I'm just pumped up to talk to you young football players, you parents out there, you guys. This is a labor of love for me. Labor of love for me. Uh-oh, we got a low battery on Instagram. So hopefully you guys get all you can get. If for some reason you guys are about to cut out, then the link in the bio will allow you guys to go to YouTube and see what we're showing for the recruiting live show on YouTube, you guys. Okay, so if we cut off, go to the link in our bio. You guys can check the rest of the show. So excited. Let's get into it, you guys. Right now, we're going to go through all of the information we have for you guys. And guess what, you guys? There's a lot going on. There's coaching changes going on left and right, Instagram. There's transfer portal hopping going on left and right, YouTube. So, me, Coach Foss, Coach Jay, our head is spinning almost. So I know you guys' head has to be spinning with everything that's going on in the recruiting process, but we want to slow it down. We want to slow it down for you guys and let you know that you're okay, okay? If you haven't already, just like Coach Foss said, please like and subscribe, you guys. This is free content. This is a labor of love for us. We put a lot of work and dedication into what we do. So please like and subscribe. That's your way to thank us. We don't ask for any money or anything else. This is free game. Please also tell all of your coaches, your teammates, family, and friends what we got going on. Okay, you guys? So let's get into it. First and foremost, I am your host, Coach Terrence Wood. You guys see me speaking to a family right there. Now, if you're on Instagram, I see you, Tank. What's going on? This is Coach Wood. If you're on Instagram, you guys can't see the slides that I'm showing everybody else, all of the athletes and parents. So you guys go to the link in our bio. You can click on the slides. But right here, speaking to a family, you guys, I'm very practical. very practical. This is I'm a practitioner at what we do. You know, this isn't just us spewing information that we think. This isn't just us spreading gossip. This is us giving you guys what we share with athletes on a daily basis with Before You Go Pro, whether that's online Instagram or that's offline YouTube. This is the information we give. This is the information that many people pay for, actually. So we just want you to take advantage and go to the bank with it. Okay. So once again, Coach Wood, I am a former player, you guys. I've lived what many of you guys want to live. Right there, you see in the middle of the screen, that's myself. Was a defensive back at the University of Colorado, playing in a BCS championship game right there. Nowadays, you guys call it the college football playoffs. So I've played at a very high level, fortunate enough to play in the CFL and the Arena Football League. The gentleman that you see, the handsome gentleman on the left holding the Hall of Fame bust, that's actually my grandfather. His name is Willie Wood. I was 9 years old, you guys, when I see my grandfather get inducted into the Hall of Fame. I was 9 years old, Instagram, when I see my grandfather get inducted into the Hall of Fame. Big Six, I see you, baby. We're talking some football recruiting, your coach. When I saw that, when I saw my grandfather, you know, the guy that I saw snoring in my house, in my dad's house, when I saw him put that gold blazer on his shoulders, you guys, at Canton, Ohio, I was done, Instagram. I was done, YouTube. I knew what I wanted to do with the rest of my life, or at least the young years of my life. And it was a mission. It was a mission after that to achieve some of the things that my grandfather achieved, but there was highs and lows, highs and lows. And you guys are going through highs and lows. So that's what we want to be here for. That's all this is about. It's not even really about recruiting, because recruiting is chapter one. Recruiting is a means to an end, you guys. What's going to happen after you get to the college? That's what we really want to talk about. All right. So, you guys, I've already lived it. I've already lived it, as you see here. And then also not just lived it, myself, Coach Foss, Coach Jay. These are some of the athletes that we currently worked with and athletes that have come through the Before You Go Pro program, you guys. So not only have we lived it, but we've also taught. We've also taught others how to get to the bag, you guys. Now, if you're with us on Instagram, thank you for joining us. You can also see what we're sharing on YouTube behind you by clicking on the Recruiting Live Show link in the bio. I got another comment, and that's the great Cool V. What's going on? Superstar quarterback in his house. Superstar quarterback, Vallejo High, Josier Smith, 8 TDs in one game. Thank you for joining us, Cool V. We love you, brother. That's also a former high school friend and OG of mine. So thank you for joining us. So, you guys, as you see right here on the screen, we're not just telling you guesses. We're telling you what we know. We're telling you what has helped these young men that you see on the screen. Right here, you see the great Coach Cormier. He's recruiting as we speak. Instagram. I talked to him earlier today. He is surprised, and we're going to get into it, but he is just absolutely surprised by all of the changes in college football, especially the coaching changes. And this is a Division I coach right here saying that he believes in the Before You Go Pro program, and he thinks it's a great tool, you guys, a great tool for any parent or athlete out there. So, why are we doing all this? Why are we doing this? We've been doing the college football recruiting live show, you guys, for a few months now. And this is all going to end, Instagram. This is all going to end at the end of February. Once we start getting through this regular signing period, we're going to shut this baby down so Coach Wood, Coach Foss can take a break. So you guys need to gather up all of the nuggets, the gems that you can possibly get right now, so that you guys can be signed, sealed, delivered by the time we shut this baby down and look towards the 2025 class, okay? So the reason why we have the Recruiting Live Show is because this is a journey. This is a journey. Right here, you see a young man that is playing professional football as we speak. Unfortunately, his team, I don't know, did they make it to the playoffs? Or they might have just missed the playoff. I don't know what the Jags did, but they fell off at the end, but guess what? He's still cashing checks. But it was a journey. It was a journey for Elijah Cooks to get to the point he is today. There was a point in time, right now, he's playing in the NFL, you guys. Right now, Elijah Cooks is playing in the NFL. We actually had his cousin, Kane Cooks, who's probably going to watch this. So what's going on, Kane? Same high school. Almost kind of same type of dilemma unfolding. On the far left, you guys, you see the high school that Elijah went to. He went to a school called Atascadero. Very small school. He's the biggest thing ever out of Atascadero. Very small school on the coast of California. All right. Only one school offered him, Division I school, and that's Nevada. And guess what, you guys? That came in the bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. It came bottom of the ninth, 2 out. So some of you guys are waiting for your just due right now. You're waiting for your flowers, Instagram. It may come bottom of the ninth. It may come with extra innings. You may have to wait a little extra for yours. But who cares? Nobody is asking Elijah Cooks. He's a wide receiver. There's no DB in the NFL that's lining up on Elijah Cooks asking him, how late did you have to wait for your scholarship? Believe me. All right. They all know that he's in the show just like them. And that's what we want to do for you guys, get you to where you want to be. So this is Elijah today. There was a point in time, once again, you guys, I had to beg him from not committing to a school that I knew was below his standards, but it was late. He was getting nervous like some of you guys. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight, because if he would have committed, and if he would have signed to the school I told him not to, and it's a school called Azusa Pacific at the time, it was a Division II school, and it no longer exists. It no longer exists. I had to beg him not to commit to Azusa Pacific. And literally 2 days later, Nevada Reno came. So he went from almost signing with the D2 to going FBS Mountain West Conference. Now, for some of you guys, signing with the D2 is very much so the right move, but you got to know what the right move is. You guys are all individual contractors. How do you know what the right move is? How do you know if you should wait? How do you know if you should sign? Those are things we want to talk about, okay? That's why we're at this party, baby. So let's get into it. Who is this for? This is for a young man that looks similar to the young man that you see on the screen. And Instagram, if you're joining us, whether live or recorded, then click the link in our bio if you want to see what's on the screen behind you with YouTube. But we want young men like this. Young men who are smiling, young men who got their mom smiling, young men that have paid their dues, and now they're getting their flowers. They're signing to that school that they want to go to, okay? So this is really, really intended for the class of 2024, you guys. Instagram, this is really intended for the class of 2024. However, if you're in the class of 2025, if you're in the class of 2026 Instagram, if you're in the class of 2027 YouTube, you're going to get plenty of value out of this. Trust me. But if you're in the class of 2024, you're on the clock, baby. You're on the clock. So we got to get after it now, not tomorrow, now. All right. So that's what we're teaching you to do. So this is for the young men like this, who are ready to sign, they got their mom happy, and they're going to the next level. Now, we all know National Signing Day is coming up. National Signing Day is coming up. We had the early period in December. We've got the regular period coming up, Instagram, in 3 to 4 weeks. 3 to 4 weeks, all right? So some of you guys look like the young man right now on the screen, where you're biting your nails, you're nervous, you've been working for 4 years in high school, maybe a couple of years of junior college, and the phone is ringing. And the phone isn't ringing. Instagram, we got a 4-alarm fly. BLVCK, I see you, baby. You're with Coach Wood. We're talking college football recruiting. So you guys are like this. You're nervous, and it's totally understandable. I want to validate your feelings because I've lived your feelings. Okay? So I want to validate that. We've got a couple of comments on YouTube. I see the great Teddy Wilson, man. This is a former teammate of mine. He says checking in, and he's probably either in Louisiana or Georgia or something. And love you, Teddy. He's got a baller. He's got a superstar playmaker that played in Maryland. His son this past season, Tayshawn Wilson, superstar wide receiver. So if there's any coaches out there listening to this, make sure you check out Tayshawn. But what's going on, Teddy? And then we've got the great, I love this corner right here, the great Sadike Green Jr. coming out of LA, Chaffee Junior College, all-conference player, you guys, and also someone that was a champion, undefeated season at his junior college, about to go play at a big-time school. And then the great Chris Hornberger is completing the family picture, and he's joining us right now in the Recruiting Live Show. So thank you, guys. We're talking things that pertain to you guys. We're talking things that pertain to you. So I'm glad you're joining. Instagram, if you want to see what we're showing on YouTube, if you notice that I'm looking behind you, it is what it is. So you guys won't be able to see the slides, but if you go to the link in our bio, you guys can see the slides that we're showing on YouTube. All right, you guys. So I want to take away some of the anxiety. I want to take away some of the fear. I want to take away some of the apprehension. I want you guys to know that yours is coming, okay? I want you to know yours is coming. So, signing day 2024, the regular period, we start February 7th. It's always the first Wednesday in February. But the thing I really want you guys to pay attention to, Instagram, you can't see this, but I really want you guys to pay attention to is the fact that that's just the first day it opens. February 7th is just the first day that the gates to the amusement park open. But the amusement park is open all spring. It's open all spring. So back once again to Elijah Cooks. If I get a free ticket to the amusement park, do I really care when I get in? Of course, I want to get in when it first opens, but some people ain't even going to get to play college football. So I just got to make sure that I get in. I just got to get my foot through the door. I got to get in the gates, baby. So you guys, some of us are nervous, and I'm going to show you a perfect example right here. A perfect example of someone that's playing big-time college football, but they didn't get it on the first day. They didn't get it on the second day. They didn't even get it on the first month, okay? They had to wait. They had to wait. So, you know, a lot of times we come in here, Instagram, a lot of times we come on the Recruiting Live Show, you guys, and we talk tactics. We talk tactics. Recruiting Live Show people on YouTube, don't we come in here and we talk tactics? We talk about some of our athletes and how we're moving with them. But then every once in a while, as mentor or coach, I just want to peel it back and not talk tactics, just talk faith, just talk belief, and just talk the industry knowledge that we have to just dial back the fear, okay? It's not always on our time. If it was always on our time, you guys, everybody would do this. If everybody could stomach this, everybody would do it. If it was always, hey, I want to go to this school, I want it done by that date, and poof, it happened. It don't go down like that, Instagram. It don't go down like that, YouTube, okay? But we want to teach you how to get it. We just want you to be patient for it and be okay with waiting for it a little bit. And maybe for some of you, be okay waiting past the opening gate, past the opening bell, okay? You guys, so here's a perfect example. Once again, let me show that to you again. And then Instagram, the Dub, that's a former teammate of mine. Great cornerback, free safety, Colorado, played professionally too, NFL, Canada. What's going on, Marcus Washington? Much love, dog pound. Hey, if you know some kids that need some recruiting help, need some recruiting advice, then send them over to the link in our bio so that they can see everything that we're showing YouTube right now, because we're live on YouTube, okay, baby? So let's get back to it. Right here, you guys, is the date. So February 7th, we got the opening. Look at the top. Division One. A lot of you guys want to play Division One. You can sign Division One all the way till April. Is there less spots? Isn't there going to be less spots, Coach Wood? Yes, there is going to be less spots. But guess what? Who cares? If the one spot left goes to you, who cares? Division 2, Division 3, NAIA. You guys can sign all the way till August, basically to training camp. All right? So if you do not sign the first day of February, do not worry. You guys can go. Here's a perfect example. Chris, I see you, baby. We're talking college football recruiting. Join us on YouTube. Click the link in our bio, Recruiting Live Show. All right, baby? All right, here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Perfect example of what I'm talking about. Somebody that was a dog, somebody that was a dog but had to wait a little bit. All right. This is Javarius Sims. He ends up, you guys, at Central Michigan. He had to wait on that. How long did he have to wait, Coach Wood? Here's the slide. I'm not making nothing up. Nobody is telling you guys that you're okay. Nobody is telling you guys that we still have time. Nobody is telling you that yours is coming, that has never seen this before, has never seen someone late in the recruiting game before, or has never seen anybody get their scholarship dream a little bit later. I've seen this. I see it every single year, and I've been doing this for almost 2 decades. Okay. Now, for this young man, it was a Division I FBS school. For you, you may not have anything but D3 schools, NAI schools, and then you're just trying to get to a D2. You may have D2 schools and you're trying to get to a D1. All right. But we got to be strategic about this. So when did Javarius get his scholarship offer? You guys, he got it in May. In May, almost the end of May, you guys. Now, you may say, okay, well, Coach, on the earlier slide, you said the end of the deal was April. And May is after April. Well, little do you guys know, this is very rarely talked about, you guys, but this is actually, I'm glad I noticed that because this is a great illustration. KK, I see you. That's one of my superstars, defensive back, San Mateo Junior College, what's going on, superstar? And I see the great Jesse Geronimo. We were just talking about you, man. This is somebody that has D2 offers, great D2 offer, and he's coming for more. He's coming for more. Running back out of Lowry High School, Nevada. If you guys want to see the slides we're showing on YouTube, come on to YouTube. Click the Recruiting Live Show link in our bio. You guys could come over to YouTube. Will Code 303. I see you, baby. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so I'm glad I caught that. I'm glad I caught that because you guys might say, hey, Coach Wood, on this slide, it says April 1st is the deadline for Division I teams. And now you're showing me this kid who went to an FBS team and he went there in May. At the end of May, he had to wait for his. Okay, how is that possible? This is very rarely talked about, you guys. But technically, Instagram, college coaches, recruiters can actually sign a kid late and count it against next year's class. So let's say a school, and this goes to show you guys, these schools are always looking and they always got spots for the right one. Or if something happens and they need to find some, they're always looking and they always have spots. And what happened in Javarius's case is that they needed another DB and it was after the signing class and they actually signed him early and counted him against their 2025, or it would be 2025 if this happened today, but I think it was their 2022 class. Signed them in 2021, counted them against 2022. It's very rarely done, but to my point, if they want you, it don't care how late it gets. They'll find a way to get you in. All right. So you guys, we just got to find the right school. We just got to find the right school. All right. So right here, you guys see that this gentleman he had to wait. He had to wait all the way until May to get his. Where's Javarius today? Because this was 2022. They counted him against their 2023 class. Where is Javarius today? Javarius today is right here. You guys see the date? Can you guys see the date by his name right there? That's January 14th. Today's the 16th. This happened 2 days ago. He's now committed to UConn, you guys. He's now committed to UConn. So this is a young man that had to wait forever. He had to wait forever out of high school. And guess what? It didn't even come out of high school. Guess what? We put him here after high school, you guys. We put him at Myrtle Beach Prep for 6 months. We put him at Myrtle Beach Prep for 6 months. Why did we put him at Myrtle Beach Prep? We put him at Myrtle Beach Prep because he had D3 offers and NAIA offers and maybe a couple of D2s, but we thought that he was a Division I scholarship. We thought he was an FBS scholarship athlete. So we put him at prep school, individual game plan and strategy. We put him at prep school for 6 months. And then even after a great season at prep school where he had no touchdowns on him, Instagram, he had to wait until May, you guys, until May to get that Division I offer from Central Michigan. But who cares? Because guess where he's at today? He's headed to UConn. He's probably going to fly there tomorrow if he's not there already. He's headed to UConn, you guys. So he's climbing up the ranks. And guess what? I'm not going to tell you how much they gave him, but UConn got a little NIL money behind that thing. UConn's got a little NIL money behind that thing. So at one point in time, I'm showing you two instances right now. I'm showing you Elijah Cook's Instagram, YouTube, who didn't have anything to the bottom of the ninth, and now he's in the NFL. I'm showing you Javarius Sims' Instagram and YouTube that didn't have anything out of high school, went to prep school for 6 months, had to wait forever for Central Michigan, and now he did so good at Central Michigan that he's at UConn with some money on his books. Okay? And guess what? When he went to Central Michigan, he played as a true freshman. So what does that tell you? That tells you he was always a dog. But he had to wait for it for whatever reason. So right here, baby, I know you can't do it as easy as you see in the picture because this guy's really relaxed. I wish I was relaxing like this guy. I know you can't do it like this, but give me a little relax. Give me a little bit of that, okay? Because Coach Wood has been in the game for 2 decades, and he's telling me that there's time. He's telling me that there's people looking. Now, I'm not telling you you're going to Michigan. Don't go tell your dad I told you you can still go to Michigan. But I'm telling you that if you get a sound evaluation from a sound scout person, company like ours, that there's probably definitely still time to get you to where that evaluation was at. Okay? All right. So I don't want us, part of the reason why we want to bring you guys into the Recruiting Live show. Instagram, I see VAJ, what's going on? We're talking college football recruiting. I see Rigetti, what's going on? We're talking college football recruiting. Part of the reason, you guys, that we want to bring you into the College Football Recruiting Live show, and if you're watching on Instagram and want to see what we're showing on YouTube, then go to the link in our bio, okay, and click on that, baby. Part of the reason we want to bring you in here is mindset. Yes, we want to talk tactics. Yes, we want to talk what's going on in the industry. But at the end of the day, I want you coming out of this show with the right mindset. Because if you come out with the right mindset, then we're in action. If you come out depressed and demoralized, we got no action. All right. So I need you guys to have the right mindset so we can rock and roll. So for us to get to that, you got to relax a little bit. For us to be mindful and tactful and tactical, we gotta relax a little bit. All right, and be in our right mind frame. You guys, this is it right here. This is it. Instagram, you can't see what's on YouTube, so click the link in our bio. This is it. Seasons of the year. Seasons of the year. You got spring, you got winter, you got fall, you got your summer. You guys, it is no different for a football player. Believe me, I played football for over 20 years of my life. It is no different for a football player. There were games that I was hot. There was games that I was not. There was games that I was lukewarm and just did good. There was practices where I was hot. There was practices where I was not. There was practices where I was kind of just getting by and I was in the middle. All right? There's seasons for this. And not everybody, you guys play a team sport, but you guys are individual contractors. So, I might be Justin Jefferson. This might be Jamar Chase, and we're both playing for LSU, and we're playing a team sport. And I want my boy to do good, just like. But we're not going to be able to be drafted in the exact same slot. We may be on the same high school team. That might be my quarterback. I'm the receiver. We're both balling, but we're probably not going to the same college. So you guys are playing a team sport, but you guys are individual contractors. So I want you guys thinking about your own individual situation and how you can maximize it and strategize for what's best for you. What's best for you, okay? So seasons to this, baby. There's going to be seasons where you're hot. There's going to be seasons where you're not. All right. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. 2 years ago, this was Trey Lance walking across the draft stage. A lot of people would have loved to be Trey Lance at that time. Then last year, before this season, this was Trey Lance headed to Dallas. Headed to Dallas. So there's a perfect example of a football season. Right here, I'm hot, right? I'm on Sports Center. Everybody's telling me I'm going top 3, top 4, and I go top 3, top 4, and we got the big draft party. I got Goodell with his arm around my back. I'm hot. I'm hot. Right here, they're getting rid of me. They're getting rid of me because they don't want me no more. How fast, dude, has to be a record time, maybe him and a couple of other players, of how fast a first round top 5 quarterback is getting shipped out. All right? So right here, I'm not hot. This is a winter for Trey Lance. They're kicking him out of San Francisco. They're kicking him out of one of the best places to be as a quarterback and develop as a quarterback. So he probably wasn't feeling very good about himself, right? All right, so there's his season. And right now, so he went from hot to not, and right now he's in the middle. He's in the spring. He's maybe hoping Dak leaves, okay? And keep in mind, he can bounce back. He can bounce back. Now, when he was hot, guess who was not? Brock Purdy was not. Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant. He almost did not even get drafted. So at the same time that Trey Lance is going through this hot season this summer, Brock Purdy's going through his winter. And then when Trey Lance is going through his winter, guess who's going through his summer and maybe the MVP of the whole entire NFL? Brock Purdy. This is a 2-year evolution, you guys. This is a 2-year change of seasons. So what I'm telling you, you guys, Instagram, please hear me. YouTube, please hear me. Please hear me. Because there was a point in time, you guys, I was headed off to the University of Colorado, and you could not tell me I was not hot, Instagram. You could not tell me at 17, just turned 18, you could not tell me I was not hot. University of Colorado finished number 6 in the country when I went there. You could not tell me I was not hot, just like many high school players that may be going to CU to play for Coach Prime right now. They're feeling kind of hot. But guess what? Just like Trey Lance, you can be hot one day, and then a year and a half later, you could be not. Just like Brock Purdy, you could not be hot today. Some of you guys are not feeling hot today, and in a year or two from now, you could be transferring into a Power 5 school. You could be making a move like Javar is, okay? So key things I want you guys to understand. That's what we're talking about tonight. This one right here, you guys, was right. And part of the reason why I'm doing this is because, one, we want to work mindset. 2, I want to let you get a little bit more patience about yourself and relax. And for 3, you guys, that doesn't mean we don't push the gas pedal. That doesn't mean we're not working. Doesn't mean Coach Foss, Coach Jay aren't picking up the phone, emailing. We're doing all of that. But we're patient with it. We're strategic with it. We're calm with it. And guess what? If for some reason you don't get what you want, we know that we'll have a strategy, just like we did with Javaris, to get you a prep school, JC. Whatever you want in the inroad, we're going to figure out the best route to get there. Now, if you're not with Before You Go Pro, you got to figure that out for yourself. But at least tonight, you're getting some game on how you need to be thinking. So seasons, you guys are going through seasons. There's a bunch of kids watching this live. There's a bunch of kids that are going to watch the recording of this. You guys are all in different seasons. Okay? So you guys got to figure it out. Now, here's a big one. Let's talk a little industry news, so you guys can realize why there will be more time to make decisions and why there's still a lot of turmoil and changes in the industry. This was huge, you guys. This was huge. You guys have heard of a pebble in the pond. This was like a boulder in the pond. We talked about this as a company having a big time effect on recruiting and the transfer portal, which it has, you guys. And this is Nick Saban leaving Alabama. Obviously, you know Alabama is going to be affected by that, you guys. As soon as a head coach leaves a program, I wish it was this way in my day, but as soon as a head coach leaves a program, a college kid can leave that school. No questions asked. Maybe he's already transferred from another school and he should have been done transferring. As soon as that head coach leaves, he can transfer again. So, right when, and the reason why I want to bring this dynamic up is because I'm going to explain to you guys the trickle down effect that may actually affect some of you. But it may open up a door over here if you're mindful, patient, smart, and strategic. Okay. So check this out. Right here, this man decides to retire. Totally worth his right. Totally his prerogative. 17 years at Bama and killed it. The best ever. All right. Probably. So what does that do, though? That starts a trickle down effect at 4 other schools. At 4 other schools. One man leaves one school. Leaves the school that's probably at the top of the totem pole, and it starts a trickle down avalanche, you guys, at 4 other schools. So you see Washington with Coach DeBoer, who went to Alabama. You see Coach Fish, who went to replace him at Washington. You see Coach Brennan, who went to replace him at Arizona. The reason why we have the coach on the far right, that's the coach from Southern Alabama. Now, he didn't get a head coaching job anywhere, but he got a coordinator job at Alabama. So now you got a head coach at a 4th school, you guys, leaving a school to because of this Alabama Nick Saban retirement. And San Jose State's still yet to be filled. South Alabama's still yet to be filled, you guys. So those schools got to go steal a coach. And if they go steal a head coach from somewhere, then those schools who just lost their head coach have to find a spot. So there's still a lot of changes and turmoil going on. Once again, you guys, it's not just the coaches. It's not just the coaches. Alex Molden, that is an NFL great superstar, college football player at University of Oregon. What's going on? I appreciate you coming on, Alex. And that's somebody, he's got a son playing in the NFL. But thank you. We're talking college football recruiting, Alex, and we've got kids on YouTube behind you too. So we're going live on YouTube. All the slides are on YouTube. If you want to check it out, click the link in our bio, Recruiting Live Show. So you guys, right there, I'm giving you a perfect example of how could everything be set. There's no way for all of the recruiting to be set right now in college football. It wasn't before Nick Saban retired, and it darn sure ain't now, because that retirement created an avalanche of transfer portal kids and kids decommitting from high schools that have already signed with these schools or committed to these schools. And it also is going to have a lot of effect with many more kids, you guys, that are trying to decide right now where they're going to go. It's going to go all the way through the spring. Once again, San Jose State and South Alabama don't even have a coach. San Jose State and South Alabama, 2 FBS programs, you guys, right now do not have a coach. So believe me, you guys, there is a lot going on in the industry. There's all kind of moving pieces. How could that affect me, Coach Wood? Well, it could affect you because maybe Washington was looking at you. And then all of a sudden, and maybe Coach DeBoer was ready to offer you. And then all of a sudden, he's off to Alabama, and you got a new coach, Coach Fish from Arizona, who runs a totally different style offense, who might not be interested in you. Okay? Maybe you just committed there and things have changed. So there's a lot of pieces that go on, you guys. Maybe I'm San Jose State, or maybe I'm a school like San Diego State, and I was just about to offer this D lineman. But now, all of a sudden, all these kids are jumping in the portal from Washington and Arizona and San Jose. So now I'm looking at those kids, and maybe I don't offer that kid. But maybe that kid who's now not hearing from me, who thought he was about to go to San Diego State, maybe now he can pay attention to San Jose State. Because guess what? They don't have a coach. So guess what? They're going to lose a bunch of recruits who are committed. They're going to lose a bunch of kids to the portal. And then a new coach is going to come in, and he's going to have to figure it out. But if you happen to be contacting that school when that new coach is coming in, well, maybe your spot that you thought you had at San Diego State is now at San Jose State. All right. So we got to read tea leaves. We got to be a little bit more crafty nowadays and up on our game and quicker to the call, quicker to the school than the next kid. All right. That's where we're at today. All right. So you guys, once again, Brock Purdy didn't have any control over where he got drafted. No control. All Brock Purdy did was did his best at Iowa State, and then he did his best during the draft process. But where he got drafted was not up to him. Okay. And at the end of the day, you guys, this is what I want. This is what I want. What's going on, Big Aku? I see you, baby. That is another BYGP family member right there. We're talking college football recruiting. If you want to see what we're talking about with YouTube behind you and all the slides, go to the Recruiting Live Show link in our bio. Love you guys. And his son is a baller right there. So this is what I want for you guys. All you can do in this industry, you guys, is control the controllables. Control the controllables. All you guys can do. What are the controllables, Coach Wood? What are the controllables? These are the controllables. Let's keep it simple. Why you guys come to the Recruiting Live Show? Why you guys work with Before You Go Pro? Why you guys stop on by here, Instagram, is so that you can allow us, myself, Coach Foss, Coach Jay, to keep it simple. Keep it simple for you guys. There is no sense. Believe me, I've lived this industry and I've tried every angle. I've done the stressed out thing. I've done the stressed out thing. I've done the waited by the call phone thing. I've done that in college and in the pros. I've done that. And I'm trying to tell you, you guys, it's going to make you sick. It's going to waste your time. All you want to do is control the controllables. Control the controllables. That's all you can do. So what are the controllables, Coach Wood? What are the controllables? As a student athlete, as a pro player, these are the controllables. These are really, now you can break these things down. Instagram, you can't see this stuff, but if you want to, click the link in our bio, College Football Recruiting Live Show. You can see what I'm showing YouTube. You can break this thing down. You can break these into finite points, you guys. But really, these are the controllables. You can control your optimism each day. You can control your work ethic on the field and in the classroom. You can control your confidence. Nobody can just take your confidence. Now, there's factors that can happen. I can put you further down on the depth chart, but for you to just allow me to take your confidence, that's on you. Moving you down on the depth chart, if that moves your confidence down, then you got to be careful in this industry because it's very highly likely it will happen. All right. It's very highly likely. And sometimes you might not be at the top of that depth chart, but you got to keep your confidence. All right. You can control your outreach. What do you mean by outreach, Coach Wood? What I mean by outreach is right now I should be talking to kids that want college football scholarships. Or parents of kids that want college football scholarships. So your outreach is you reaching out to sell yourself to schools, to recruiters, to coaches. Now your outreach could also be reaching out to a program like ours that reaches out to schools, coaches, and recruiters. All right. But you can control your outreach. You can control how many times you out there getting after it and getting your name out there. The great Alex Molden has decided to join us on YouTube. Thank you so much. And right there, he's telling you, you guys, this is somebody played at the University of Oregon. He is a friend of Before You Go Pro and also was a first-round draft pick and had a son get drafted very high out of Washington, Elijah Molden. So you guys, right there, he's telling you the key. You better be proactive. You better be proactive or you better get some help. So your outreach, your mental/spiritual strength. These are the controllables. And I'm sure Alex will agree with me because there was a lot he couldn't control as a pro player, but he can control all of these things. His optimism, his work ethic, his confidence, his outreach for support, his mental health, and his spiritual strength. Okay. That's the things that I want you guys to control, you guys. And then look at someone like this. This is the great Josh Allen, you guys, the great Josh Allen. He had to play junior college football before he got a chance to play at Wyoming, you guys. Junior college football. You don't think Josh Allen has a hit list? You don't think Josh Allen has a list, you guys, of people that told him no? of people that did him wrong, of course he has a hit list, so that's where you guys are at. Some of you guys have what you want, some of you guys don't, but at the end of the day, you're just in a particular season of your career. And there was a point in time in Josh Allen's season where nobody wanted him, all right? And he decided to go play junior college football. Right now, a lot of NFL teams want Josh Allen. And right there, you see him flexing. He's flexing because he's paid his dues, and he's been patient. And now is his time. Now is his time, okay? And your time is coming. So just like this right here, sometimes we have to pay our dues. We just don't know when it's coming. All right. We just don't know when it's coming. The great Devin joining us. Thank you for joining us. And his son KK is a superstar junior college player right there himself. Doubt it. But I have no doubt where his son is going, where KK is going. So this is all we want right here, you guys. We just want that foot in the door, baby. You can't see this Instagram, but if you go to the Recruiting Live Show link in our bio, you guys can join us on YouTube, whether you're watching this live or recorded, all right? And we're going to be shutting down Instagram here shortly, so you guys hurry up so you can catch the end of the show. But this is what we want right here. We just want to get your foot in the door. We just want to get your foot in the door. Once again, there's things that you can't control. I'm going to tell you a perfect example of this. A perfect example of this. Because sometimes you guys, we get depressed. We get down and out. We get stressed out. But we're stressing over things we can't control. So it does you no good. It does you no good. As long as you know you're working or someone's working on your behalf or there's a joint effort, you're fine. As long as you got that work ethic in the classroom and on the field, and as long as you're being proactive, like Alex said, or you've got someone being proactive for you, you're going to get yours. You're going to get yours. Is coming. Yours is coming. Okay. I can't tell you exactly when, but it's coming. It's coming. Now, you may have to go to spot one. You may have to Josh Allen. You may have to Javarius Sims, but yours is coming. Okay. So let me show you something. And this is what I want to show you, because I want to illustrate to you guys that how what you're doing is no different than trying to be in Hollywood or trying to be in the music industry. What you guys are doing, I don't care if it's D2, D3, NAI. What you guys are doing is something that's very competitive that a lot of people want to do. And I want to show you through looking at another industry how there's things you can't control. There's things you can't control. So check this out. Right here, we've got Matthew McConaughey. What's going on, Liz? We're talking college football recruit. We've got the great Coach Cabral. That is my former coach from the University of Colorado. I love you, Coach Cabral. This is somebody that played professionally himself. Coach, I'm talking to YouTube behind you. So if you see me talking to YouTube or looking behind you, I'm talking to YouTube. That boy, I see you. You're with Coach Wood. College Football Recruiting Live Show. If you want to see what we're showing YouTube, you guys, then go to the link in our bio and you guys can see what we're showing YouTube. But I want to show you guys an example of how this dynamic, this things that I can't control dynamic plays out in another industry. Because it plays out in your industry. I just showed you what happened with Nick Saban. Check out how it plays out in Hollywood. So right here, you guys, I gave you a picture of Matthew McConaughey, right? Is it Matthew McConaughey or Pat McConaughey? Matthew McConaughey. Great actor, right? I'm sure somebody's going to correct me in the comment section. Matthew McConaughey, big-time Texas, big-time football fan, Texas Longhorns fan. So right there, you've got him, right? I recently heard him talking on a podcast, you guys. This is a perfect example of how when you want to go to big-time industries, and playing college football is a big-time industry, how there's things that you can't control. So he's in Hollywood, big-time actor, right? All right. So I'm listening to him on a podcast, and he's saying, LVB, I see you, love you. Hopefully all is well. We're talking college football recruit. Is that my cousin? Oh, no. Love you. Hopefully all is well. We're talking college football recruiting here with Coach Wood. So Matthew McConaughey, you guys, is talking about there's a producer that's trying to get him for a movie, a new movie, right? At the time, check this out. I'm going to give you a great parallel right here because we just had Nick Saban leave. leave the college football industry, which caused a cataclysmic avalanche for so many coaches and players. More wins. That is the father of superstar Hassan Mahasan. What's going on? Thank you for joining us. If you want to see the slides we're showing YouTube, Jihad, then click the link in our bio. You guys can check out the slides on YouTube. So let me show you the parallel. Sometimes things you can't control in big time industries. Matthew McConaughey, at the time when this producer was trying to get down, maybe this is 10, 12 years ago, but he's telling the story on the podcast. And this is what happens in the football industry, you guys. Matthew McConaughey, big time actor, starting to build up his name. But at the time, you guys, at the time, Instagram, all of his movies involved him being the sexy hunk, the sex symbol. All of his movies that he was making money, and he was in a lot of movies, but all of the movies involved him taking his shirt off. Taking his shirt off, okay, Instagram, okay, YouTube. So Matthew McConaughey is getting a lot of calls from movies, but he's got to take his shirt off in the movies. He realized that he was being pigeonholed into that type of role, and he didn't want that. He wanted to be able to do diverse roles, all kind of roles. You've seen him in funny stuff. You've seen him in some real gritty stuff, right? All right, and then back in the day, you've seen him in the hunk stuff. This is an example I want to give you guys on things you can't control. So nobody does a movie by themselves. Of course, there were going to be supporting actors in this movie. There was going to be people that were in the background, extras in this movie that this director wanted him for. But it was a hunk movie, and he didn't want to do that. Just like Nick Saban didn't want to coach anymore. All right. So they go to Matthew McConaughey, and they say, hey, we're going to pay you $5 million for this movie, all right? He did not want to be in a hunk movie so bad that he told them no. He said no to $5 million. They said, okay. They left and came back. They said, we'll give you $7 million. He said, no. They left and came back. They said, we'll give you $10 million. He said, no. They left and came back, Instagram, YouTube, and they said, we need you for this hunk movie. We know if we put you in it, you take off your shirt, this thing is going to make us all movie. And guess what he said? He said, let me look at that script again. He said, 14 million. Let me look at that script again. So he got them from 5 to 14, you guys, 5 to 14. He says, let me look at that script again. And then he says, no. He says no. Now, here's the part. Here's the part that's the kicker. The guy that's interviewing him in the podcast guy says, did they ever make the movie? And he says, no, they never made the movie. They never made the movie. So they were probably casting people for this movie. There were probably people that were going to make money on the camera side, that were going to get money on the directing side, on the lighting side. There's going to be extras that made a little bit of money, got to boost their career up. And guess who had the control? Guess who had the control? Matthew McConaughey had the control for all of them. For all of them. And a lot of times you guys fall into positions like that. You guys fall into situations like that, and you don't even know it. You think this coach isn't getting back to you because he really doesn't like you. You think he's not calling you Instagram because he just wants to ghost you. He may really like you. But all of a sudden, this kid just went into the portal for Washington, and the head coach overrode him and said, no, we're taking the kid from Washington. And you don't get the offer, and it was something you couldn't control. So all I want you guys to do, if you really want to be in this industry, you need to keep it right here. And you don't just keep it right here until you sign. You keep it right here with the things you can control your whole career. And Instagram, you guys can't see this list, but the things you can control as a student athlete, as a professional athlete, are your optimism, your work ethic, your confidence, your outreach, how many people you're trying to get to support you, or how many calls that you're making, and your mental and spiritual strength. That's all you control. You don't control who drafts you. You don't fully control who's offers you. You can control who you're reaching out to, but you don't really fully control who offers you. I've seen guys, you guys, that were playing well, playing well on the practice squad for an NFL team, and doing well, doing everything that the coaches wanted them to do. Then all of a sudden, they've got 3 linemen that go down, and they got to bring in a bunch of linemen, and they need to shore up some space. They got plenty of DBs. You're a DB, so they're not hurting at DB. They got you on the practice squad. You're doing great. Everybody in the facility loves you. But all of a sudden, we've had a cataclysmic situation at linemen. And now they're not only bringing in people to replace those linemen, they're letting go of a couple of practice squad DBs just to have some extra linemen on practice squad. They're shell shocked. And now you got to go and you get released and you did nothing wrong. It was totally out of your control. So you guys get ready for this in this industry. Get ready for this in this industry, okay? Get ready for the seasons to change on you from time to time, and get ready for the fact that you just got to focus on the things you can control and stay confident, baby. All right, just like Brock Purdy, all right? All we want to do is this: get your foot on the door, in the door. We want to get your name on the board. So at the end of the day, you need a strategy. And I'm going to let you guys go. At the end of the day, you need a strategy. If you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to put that in the comment section right now. With each of our athletes, with Before You Go Pro, especially if they're on our one-on-one plan, they each have an individual strategy. We, as a company, have an individual strategy for all of those young men. Bubba and David Walker play on the same team. Lowry High School in Nevada. We don't have the same strategy for them two. We're not saying the same exact things when we speak to coaches about them too. Now, they may have a couple of schools that we're pursuing that are both on their list, but we don't have the same strategy for those two, okay? So you need your own individual strategy if you want to have success in this game and you want to control the controllable. So here you go. I'm going to leave you with this. At the end of the day, the main reason why you guys are on this show is because you probably don't have what you want, or you've got some options, but you're looking for more, right? You're looking for more. If you've ever been on a basketball team, or if you watch the NBA today, there will be athletes who at times their shot is not sinking. It's not going good. They're missing a lot of shots. Klay Thompson is notorious from our Warriors for just having some cold streaks. Instagram, some cold streaks. And we love you, Klay, but you be cold sometimes. What a basketball coach, Steve Kerr, is going to tell Klay, what a basketball coach is going to tell a player who's off, his shot is off this night. He's going to say, get your butt to the free throw line. Find a way to get to the free throw line, okay? Find a way to get an easy shot. Find a way to see the ball go through the hoop. That's all we want to do is see the ball go through the hoop. Some of you guys been beat up where you haven't heard the phone ring. So part of the reason why you're so down on your confidence is because the phone just hasn't rang. So we just want to get to the free throw line. We want to get to the free throw line. And in our industry, you guys, getting to the free throw line is the low-hanging fruit. The low-hanging fruit in every division, FBS, Group of 5, FCS, D2, D3, NAIA, every division has low-hanging fruit. Right here, the low-hanging fruit would be the schools that you see underneath the line. Of course, Fort Lewis is low-hanging fruit. They're 0-11, okay? And keep in mind, all you need is one. All you need is one. So this is your version of the free throw. This is your version of the free throw. You're going to go after a school at the bottom of the pile. Now, of course, you guys, I know you do not want to play for a loser. Of course, I know you do not want to play for a loser. Nobody wants to have their only basket be a free throw. But the free throw opens up the mid-range. The mid-range opens up the three-pointer, all right? So, of course, you do not want to go to a school that's terrible. But the terrible offer gets one in your back pocket, which opens up the next offer. All right. It opens up the school in the middle of that conference, which opens up the school at the top of that conference, maybe, which opens up the school at the higher division, maybe. Okay. So let's say a perfect example. A perfect example is a young man that maybe has an F or an FCS grade. an FCS grade. We believe he's an FCS talent. He should go after Division II schools. So he's going a division lower, and he's going after the ones at the bottom of the Division II. And the reason why he's doing that, you guys, is because it should go in the hoop. It should be a free throw for him. If he's really an FCS level prospect, if we pitch him to a Division II school at the bottom, that free throw should go in. And hopefully, we believe that opens up more points. It opens up more scholarships and preferred walk-on opportunities. And some of our athletes are already seeing that dynamic unfold. Instagram, we're going to let you go, baby. We got about 5 minutes left with the College Football Recruiting Live Show. I'm your host, Coach Terrence Wood with Before You Go Pro. If you want to see the rest of the show, whether you're watching this live or recorded, go to the link in our bio, click Recruiting Live Show. You can check out what you missed on YouTube. Love you guys. We'll see you next week, every Tuesday. All right. So done with Instagram, you guys. So free throw. And we need to start tomorrow. Matter of fact, you could start tonight. You can start with an email or a DM to a free throw. All right. And you want to do those about 10 times a day. Because if you do those 10 times a day, 5 days a week, you got 50 free throws you've made. You got 50 points. All right. So free throws. All right. That's what we want to do. And that's where we're at. Right here, we've got a question. We've got Aiden 73. He says, I'm a 5'10", 270-pound D-line dog, but do you think that I'm too small for any type of the next level? This is a great question. Great question, Aiden. And thank you for joining us, superstar. Heck no, you're not too small, dude. You're not even small. You're short, but you're not small. A lot of it, and you say dog. So if you say dog, I'm thinking when I cut on the film, I'm going to see you pancaking some people, or you're a D lineman, I'm going to see you getting to the quarterback. You being shorter, 5'10", is better on defense anyway than on offense. It'd be a little bit harder for you if you were 5'10", 270 trying to play O-line. That's a little bit difficult. You might be restrained to most likely an NAIA school. But 5'10", 270 on the defense, I'm assuming you're playing D tackle. If you've got some quickness off the ball and you've got some strength, man, and your film is looking great, somebody's going to give you a shot, 5'10", 270. Somebody is definitely going to give you a shot, and you can definitely play some college football, Aiden. So hopefully that helps you out. Now, it's getting later in the ballgame. I'm not saying you're going D1. I'm not even saying you're going D2. But if you're willing to go D3 NAIA, somebody will give you a shot, especially if your film looks good, man. And we'd love to possibly help you out. We got a couple more spots, actually, for D linemen. And we're probably going to be shutting down for the 2024 class at the end of February, you guys. So about a month and a half, 2 months here, we'll probably be shutting down. So get your film to us, Aiden. DM, I think you were on Instagram too. DM us your film at Instagram, or send it to Terrence, TERRENCE, at beforeyougopro.com, or Coach Foss, FOSS, at beforeyougopro.com, and just let us know, hey, I want a free film evaluation. We could tell you what we think, buddy. Okay. But great question right there. Of course, you can play at the next level with that size, as long as your film and your grades are cool. And then you guys, once again, get a free throw, Aiden. Get a free throw. First, to get a free throw, you got to get a film evaluation up. Okay? So you have to know what level you can play at, because your free throw is you pitching to a level below and pitching to some of the worst teams in that conference. All right? Just to get something in your back pocket, get some money in your back pocket. And all you need is one, baby. All you need is one. So if you get a film evaluation, Aiden, and we say that you're, a D2 kid, then you should be pitching a D3 NAIA. All right, and working your way up. Just get something in your back pocket, or pitching the bottom of the D2. All right, so hopefully that makes sense for you. Now, if you are an athlete like Aiden who may possibly need some recruiting support and help, you guys, you can tell how we get down before you go pro. This is our ministry. We get after it. We're here every single week, but we do work with athletes individually and we do work with them in a group setting, you guys. We've got one of the best teams in the game with Coach Foss, myself, and Coach Jay, and we would absolutely love to help you guys. We've got a few slots left. With our company, you're a part of our recruiting database. We only let 10 athletes in at each position. That is on purpose so that we can keep it exclusive and so that the coaches that we have contacts with know and relationships with know that we're not playing around. Everybody in our recruiting database is ready to go. They can be signed, sealed, delivered. They've got grades. They come from great families and they're ready. This is an example of what that looks like, you guys, where they can see your film and see your contact information and everything. And here's a couple of the other things you receive: professional film evaluation, access to our membership site portal, group coaching or one-on-one coaching, and then, of course, our football community, you guys. So if you have not already, please, once again, subscribe and make sure you share. Make sure you share. That helps us out. That helps out the algorithms. You guys can also come to the Locker Room Show, which is every Thursday, and we've got some amazing guests lined up for you guys. Now that the season is over, all of our guests open up. Well, the season's over except for the teams that are still in the playoffs, but the season's over for most football players, and coaches. So we've got a lot of people that are opening up to us, getting back to us, saying, yes, we want to come on the show and share some advice and let you guys know about the journey. So if you guys don't, make sure you attend every single Thursday to the Locker Room Show. We bring in Q, the guru, and we have some fun and we learn a lot on the Locker Room Show. But every Tuesday, it's just me and you. It's just me and you, and we talk college football recruiting, okay? So once again, what did we learn tonight? We learned that there's a lot that we can't control. We know that we need to relax because there's time as long as we're strategic and we're getting help. All right. You guys, this is a beautiful game, but you got to have some thick skin. You got to have some thick skin. All right. Just like you saw with the McConaughey story in Hollywood, it happens to actors and actresses as well. It happens to the lighting guy. It happens to, nothing's done until it's done. But I can tell you they're going to be looking all spring. And of course, they're looking hardcore right now. So we are making the calls, the DMs, the emails. I'll be emailing and calling after this show to make sure that our athletes, the ones that we love, are ahead of everybody else. So hopefully you guys got a lot out of tonight's recruiting live show. Once again, I am Coach Wood. Feel free to reach out to us. We are on social media. Obviously, YouTube. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Everything is at Before You Go Pro. And then also you can email us. You can email us info@beforeyougopro.com or Coach Wood. Not Coach Wood, Terrence. Should be Coach Wood. We got to change that. But Terrence, TERRENCE @beforeyougopro.com if you want to reach me. A lot going on in the industry, you guys. And then once again, you guys see coaching changes. Those are going to continue. There's going to be a couple of more schools with some coaching changes. But depending on your evaluation and the level you can play at, one of those coaching changes might benefit you. One of those schools that is now looking for a coach and losing recruits, losing people to the portal, one of those schools may fit you. I saw the great Sadai Green on here. A San Jose State may fit you, buddy. So you guys keep that in mind. Look for the angles. Look for the angles, all right? Because all you need is one. So I'm Coach Wood. I am signing off unless anybody has any last questions, comments, or concerns. And hopefully you guys got a lot out of tonight's show. We'll see you on Thursday. Have a good one.